Hello everyone, my name is Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Paranormasight, The 7 Mysteries of Honjo. We finally made progress after I realized what I was messing up. It was a lot happened in the last episode, like I really hope you saw it before you watch this one, because like, whew, a lot. But yay, we got Mayu out of the darkness, we saved her. It was actually Richter and Harue who saved her. And then we met up with the two teenage girls, and now we've been confronting this douche here. Let's see. Wow, seeing a bunch of adults surround another adult like this is pretty wild. Oh, she said she loved somebody else. Richter? Excuse me, Mr. Investigator. What is it, mademoiselle? Would you be willing to give up the curse stone you have? Ah, yes, you have a point. They're too dangerous to carelessly walk around with in one's pocket. However, sorry to disappoint you. That's not possible at the moment. And why is that? Ah, you don't know, do you? Then I'll tell both you and our friend from Haihaku over there. Hmm? I doubt any of you have attempted it yet. But it seems that curse stones cannot be given to normal people. Huh? What? I actually tested it with the madame here earlier. Even if you give the curse stone to someone else, the curse bearer doesn't change, and the stone eventually makes its way back to the bearer. Is he lying? I don't know. It's almost obvious when you think about it, seeing as how the curse stones appear to the curse bearers of their own accord to begin with. But Inspector Tsutsumi has collected curse stones from other curse bearers. Then Inspector Tsutsumi must be a curse bearer himself, which is true. Ah. So, from what you're saying, curse stones can only be transferred between curse bearers. And obtaining a curse stone alone doesn't make someone a curse bearer, so they can't use its curse. Exactly. So they aren't quite as dangerous as you think. As for Haihaku's intention of just collecting the curse stones for themselves, unfortunately for them, it was never going to work unless there's a curse bearer among them. The damn Araishi. How could he not know this? That must be why I sensed that I couldn't take Yako's curse stone. I returned it right away when I borrowed it from her earlier. That's precisely how it works, my mysterious mademoiselle. I'll give mine directly to Inspector Tsutsumi later. If you know Inspector Tsutsumi, then I think that's best. Thank you. Interesting. Yako, let's keep quiet about the location of the talismans for now, okay? Ah, right. No need for Yumioka to know. That was a close one. I almost let it slip. That's it? Okay, I think that's about all we have to ask him. We'll let you off for today, since you went along with all our questions nicely. Really? I don't think you should let this man go. A pleasure working with you. We're done here. You should still lock him up for what he did to you. But the information you have. The hell you whining about? I said we're done, so scram. You punk. Punk. Ugh. I have other words I would like to call you, but whatever. That's all our business as well, so I shall be bidding you all farewell. Yes, right. Excuse me, Mr. Investigator. Please don't forget about that curse stone. Don't you fret. I'll hand it over to Inspector Tsutsumi like I promised. He's lying because he doesn't even have one. I'm glad I didn't end up having to give it to that Yumioka. Let's take our leave, madame.
With this, we'll be freed from this troublesome curse ourselves. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad she knows not to trust them. Because I like Richter, but he is kind of lying. Because his only concern really... Well, not only concern, but his main concern is Harue. Even though he's clearly working for someone who's mentally not all there, I think he just really feels sorry for her and wants to help her. But Harue wants to kill people because she wants her son back, so... I don't know, Richter, I don't know. That lady, an investigator. We should keep an eye on them.
Agreed. Really? Why?
I think they're up to something. Just my intuition, but still.
Yeah, I wonder what that investigator really wanted out of all of this. If his goal was getting information about the curse stones, then this might be bad.
Oh, right. I got one of those curse stones, too. The beckoning light.
Oh, right. If you wouldn't mind, would you give it to Inspector Tsutsumi without using it?
Yeah, sure. If you introduce me to the cop, that is. I feel like if I keep carrying it around with me, I'll start getting some weird ideas, too.
Oh, talk to her. I just remembered! Mayu! I have something important to tell you.
Whoa, what's with all the yelling all of a sudden?
You know a girl named Hitomi Okura, don't you?
Really? Hitomi has Hajime's talisman.
Yes, he entrusted it to her in a panic just before his death. He sensed an imminent crisis closing in on him, but Hitomi was the only one around that he could ask for help.
That's so. I'm sorry she got left with such a big responsibility. That must mean that Hajime got killed by someone who was after that talisman. But since he gave it to someone else, they couldn't steal it like they wanted. Which is good, I think. I'll have to thank Hitomi for that.
I also think it's going to be hard for us to get her to give up the talisman.
Yeah, you may be right. It was Hajime's dying request to her. So you two need the talisman for something?
Yeah.
Personally, I'd like to use the talisman as bait. Then I could get my hands on the bastard that killed Hajime.
Please, I promise we'll uncover the mastermind behind all this. They probably have supernatural abilities at their disposal. Please leave them to us. Yeah, we'll catch them. Don't you worry.
She's like, why do I have to trust these young teenage girls? It's cute though. Man, look at that. You got that look in your eyes. The look that young people get that says they'll get something done no matter what it takes. How am I supposed to say no to that? You go find them and give them what they deserve for what they did for my Hajime, you hear?
We will. I'm pretty mad at them myself. If punches work on them, I'll give them a good one.
Now that I can get behind. I'll leave it to you two. Aw, cute. Now then, your next move should be to find Hitomi and get that talisman. Though isn't there one more talisman that you need?
Right, but we've got a pretty good idea of where the one Michio had is. We'll have to check with Inspector Tsutsumi about that. We should go back to the school and call him.
You got it. Okay, I'll head to the high school now and wait for you there.
Perfect.
Gosh, I love this game. Alright, a lot going on. Interesting. I'm curious what's going on up there. Preparing for battle. I really want to see this one. But I feel like that's towards like the real end of it. So I kind of want to see what's going on up here first. Harue and Richter rescue Mayu Chizawa and interrogate her along with Takumi Yomioka. Yet, they fail to gain any particularly useful information about the curse bearers. They decide to return to Harue's home when... She did mention having a last resort, didn't she? 5 p.m. Getting close to darkness. Shigima Mansion reception room. We've received an update on the hostage situation. The 56-year-old male suspect who announced his intent to commit mass murder in Sumida City today had taken a woman hostage and gone on the run, but was found by the police in a park in Sumida after 4 p.m. and confirmed dead. The weapon the suspect was said to possess was nowhere to be found on site, and its whereabouts are currently unknown. Furthermore, the female hostage was not present and the search for her continues. Yeah. Interesting. If it's being reported on the news, then that lends credence to her story. Oh! I was just gonna look around. Oh, you scared me. So she showed up here. Oh, great. Of all people. She looks very composed and calm for what just happened. So did she kill him? The only way she could have done that... I think she has the last curse stone, you guys. The Taiko one? Hold on. It's... Wait, no, it's here. Taiko. Which we don't know much about yet, but it's the drum one. The Taiko of Sugaru. I think she has it. And she used it to kill him, which is fine, because he's a jerk, but... Anyways, I should ask about her side of the story. Well then, how should I proceed? Is this what it's like to be rushing to one's doom? Of all people, I really don't like her. He was quite shaken just moments ago, but he seems better now. You'd think it'd be harder for him to keep his cool. I wonder what her intentions are. How was she able to act like nothing happened? Is this just how girls are these days? She ain't exactly a normal gal. Well, it's just like I said, right? The female hostage mentioned on the news just now. That must have been you. Which means you killed Nejima with your own curse stone. Well, you said you'd give me refuge, so I came to take you up on that offer. What are you planning? Huh? Me? Well, obviously. I'm on to my last resort. No. I didn't think she had one before, so she got it at some point, huh? So you're a curse bearer with a curse stone too, right? Are you surprised? Yes, I have a curse stone of my own. Girl, this girl. She creepy as hell. It's the Taiko of Sugaru. Yep. Then why go after other people's curse stones? Because killing people is bad, you know? Don't you think so too? I do? I don't know what Harue would really say. You're right. It's wrong to kill people for the sake of resurrection. Right? And it's not even 1-for-1, so it's hardly a fair exchange. Either way, that's why I wanted to only use soul dregs gathered by others. But that didn't work out in the end. That's kind of what we were, like, what Harue was trying to do too, right?
No one had the backbone to use their curse. The world's gone soft. With no one mercilessly using their curse in pursuit of their own goals, I had to take matters into my own hands.
I heard Namagaki, that young man you were with, used his curse stone too.
Huh? How do you know that? Eh? Creepy much? Are you stalking me?
Girl, please. I may have heard it from a detective I know.
Ah, there it is. Cops. Bet you know a bunch. I know your type. People who boast just 'cause they know a couple of cops. But the police is filled with nothing but scum.
Wow, your father's there. I'm guessing she doesn't really love him? That's the vibe I'm getting, at least. My, you seem to hold quite a grudge against the Force. Look at her face.
Speaking of, this guy's really creeping me out. What's the deal with him anyway? You can explain? Even the way he moves is all weird and exaggerated.
Wow, rude! Right. I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm...
No thank you.
He's like, wow, this bitch. Richter. Anyways, I should ask... Okay, her side. Well, guess we're just gonna keep talking to her.
So, what were we talking about again? Oh, right. Yutaro Namagaki. He's no good, honestly. He was such a wuss. I had to spur him on so many times for him to even use his curse. And even then, he was pissing his pants. And just when I take my eyes off him, he hands over his curse stone to someone. Honestly, he's such a disappointment.
Ugh, this girl. Ugh, no. Tsutsumi, how could this girl, I mean, I know she's not really his, right? Because they're saying, what's his name? Crazy guy said that he found the baby. Actually, no, he said that his lover got reincarnated into her. I don't know. It's just really confusing. I'm confused. I'm lost. Is she some baby he found, or is she the reincarnated version of his lover who died? Either way, she's creepy.
So that's what happened. Which is why I figured I had to do it myself if I wanted it done right, you know? That's what my last resort is. Collecting soul drugs on my own. Let me introduce myself. It's hard to talk as strangers. Is it? And are you okay telling me who you are? Well, I won't stop you. Do as you please. Well, I am Harue Shigema, and this is my house. My father and husband are both with the police. Is that so? Then you know that cops are just the worst people, right? Well, I mean, you have a point. Oh, come on. There are certainly many who are cold, especially with their own family. In a police family, one is always expected to just grin and bear it no matter what happens. God, I know, right? What a relief. You understand. I think we might get along. Oh, well, I'm glad then.
And I'm Richter Kai, private investigator.
Ugh, did I ask? But, you're an investigator? So your job is to sneak around and follow people to pry into their secrets, right? Ugh, is that why you keep probing with all these questions? Ew.
She's so... Is she acting like this towards him just because she couldn't flirt with him or use him like she would with any other man? Because, ugh. Ugh, her personality, ugh. Guess there's not much I can do to change that terrible impression you got of me.
Hey, lady, why are you working with this dude?
I asked him to look into something for me.
Really? It's just that he keeps looking this way.
Girl? Isn't your father a police officer as well?
That man is not my father, not in name or deed.
Sounds like there's some bad blood there.
I've already legally cut all ties. He even had the nerve to act all high and mighty today and still refused to help me.
You met him today?
Yes, today. Remember that Chief Sutsumi who was chasing Nejima? Well, that's him, my dad.
What? You're his daughter?
Former daughter, I've cut ties. He's never acted like a father, so he doesn't deserve the title.
You know, I heard something about that Nejima guy. Apparently he wanted to get revenge on Chief Inspector Sutsumi for his arrest by going after his daughter.
Wait, really?
And I heard the police had been searching non-stop to take you into protective custody. I'm wondering, now that we know everything, well, a lot, not everything, but maybe the reason she was nervous about the cops was because she thought that they figured out that she was an accessory to what happened to Michio, right? So that makes sense for why she was avoiding the police. But she didn't know about all of this, so maybe she just thought that Nejima just grabbed her as a random, passerby or whatever. Huh. Here I thought she knew. So that explains why the police were staking out your place, too.
Man, how could I have known that? They came in such intimidating numbers. Wait, huh? Hold on a minute. Doesn't that mean that Nejima was specifically after my life today?
That sounds about right. It's a good thing you got out unscathed, or rather, managed to turn the tables on him.
Oh, that means legally speaking it was self-defense. But that truly was quite frightening. To think I'd have to go through this just for being related to a cop. It's a disgrace.
It's a little more involved than you know. It truly is. To cause their own child such trouble. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's sad because she feels like her son is dead because of her. Because, everything that happened. Ah, very sad.
it's okay. You're not the one that needs to apologize, lady.
I'm sorry. It just reminded me of what happened to my son.
Your son? What happened?
My child was also kidnapped and murdered in order to enact revenge against the police, you see.
What? How awful! That's terrible! I'm sorry to hear that. Now that you say it, I do remember hearing about an incident like that last year. That must have been your son, huh? My condolences.
I wonder how authentic and genuine that is. Okay.
Now that I think about it, although we've met a few times, I didn't even know your name. I guess we're more like acquaintances now.
So, when you were taken hostage by Nejima, you used the curse stone in the gardens and swiftly made your getaway.
Well, yeah. I didn't really have time to think on it. At the time, I only thought of how to get out of there.
Then, what about now? Could you use it again? Your curse stone.
Well, the curse stone doesn't respond during the day, but...
Wait a minute. That doesn't make sense. Then how did she kill him if it was during the day? I'm confused. Actually, because now I'm like, oh, wait a minute. It was still daylight.
It's evening now.
Was it evening officially when she killed him? Because it's like, what, 5 p.m. now in the game? I thought it would not activate until 5 or 6, so I don't know.
So I tried using the curse just now and, yep, seems I activated it.
What? You're using it now?
It might still be a little weak. I guess it's not supposed to be used repeatedly. But I think I could get it to work once more.
Get out of there, Richter. I don't trust her.
Oh, that's so. Sure is. So I'll give you a final warning. It already started, so be careful,
It started? What started?
The curse, of course. All that's left is for the conditions to be fulfilled.
See, you can't be with this woman. She's dangerous. Calm down, ma'am. If using a curse, one would target a curse bearer. You crazy witch. I hadn't even considered it. Would it be possible to use my stone as well now? If it's already active, does that mean we'll die the second we trip her conditions? Her proclamation meant she thinks I am a curse bearer. Did she find out? Or is this a trick to get me to admit it? We don't know what conditions need to be met to activate hers. Ooh, this is a tricky situation. And for Harue's to work, we need some source of fire, right? We need like a lighter or something. Oh boy. I'm kind of wanting to proceed, but I also have to get going because I have something to take care of. So I think I'll just have to leave it right here. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this. I really don't like this girl. Oh, I don't know what we're gonna do. Ugh. I have not trusted her at all since like the moment I saw her, right? When she was behind Shogo and I was creeped out by her and I kept thinking, oh, she's gonna kill me or whatever. I just didn't trust her. There's like a vibe with some of these characters. They're not even real people, but sometimes you just get a vibe, right? I got that vibe with her right away. Got the vibe pretty quickly with frickin' Yoko. We haven't seen her in forever, so I don't know. I don't know, man. Find it strange how we started the game with her and Shogo, and yet here we are so far close to the end, and yet nothing else happening with them. Very sus. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day. Bye-bye.